All right, so the first one we're going to talk about is product deviance. And this is essentially just wasting of resources, substance abuse. It's unethical behaviors that are going to hurt the quality and the quantity of the work produced. And for this, we have a couple of examples. The first one is a scene from The Office, as are most of the examples that you're going to see. And in this one, it's just one of their pointless parties where they're constantly wasting resources, company time, which in turn affects both the quality and quantity of their work. And the second one, again, this is seen from The Office, which represents the substance abuse aspect. There was someone who, had the substance abuse, and in turn, this ends up pulling away from a lot of their time because a lot of them have to be interrogated by Dwight, and that hurts both his time and the other employer's time. But through that, it also hurts the quality and the quantity that they're able to produce.
Next, we're going to discuss political deviance. Political deviance is the behaviors that intentionally disadvantage other individuals. It is interpersonal and is a minor counterproductive behavior. Examples of these are gossiping and incivility. Gossiping is casual conversations about other people in which the facts are not confirmed as true. The third picture here exemplifies gossiping, as the office coworkers are all gathered around the computer talking about someone who is not there. Incivility is communication that is rude, impolite, discourteous, and lacking in good manners. In the fourth picture here, Dwight is showing incivility by using bad manners, as he is advertising that he is a staple worker and better than the other workers. This has a negative impact on other workers and is not acceptable at work or even in non-work situations. No one likes someone who brags heavily on themselves.
I'm going to be talking about property deviance. As you can see, it is considered to be part of the serious and organizational part of the diagram below. In short, property deviance is considered to be when employees either damage or acquire tangible assets without authorization by either theft or sabotage. An example of property deviance, you can see in the top right corner, there is a picture from the show The Office, and a character in the show called Dwight is using a fire drill to open a door, which causes an actual fire in the building. This is an example of sabotage as described in the diagram. He is sabotaging property belonging to the office, which would require repairs that cost the business money. These are unnecessary expenses because if Dwight would have been a responsible employee, the damages would have never occurred in the first place, and the expenses would have never been brought about. So another example of property deviance can be shown in the picture below, the picture of The Office. It is a man handcuffed holding a roll of toilet paper behind his back, which implies that he had stolen this roll of toilet paper from his place of work. During the beginning of the COVID epidemic, there was a scarcity of toilet paper, so people resulted in stealing toilet paper from their place of work, which was considered theft. So by employees stealing materials and supplies that the business had bought, it is costing the business money. So that is also another example of property deviance.
Lastly, we're going to discuss personal aggression. Personal aggression is defined as hostile verbal and physical actions directed toward other employees. It is interpersonal and very serious. Examples include abuse and harassment. Abuse is employee assault or endangerment from which physical and psychological injuries may occur. The picture here shows Ryan and Kelly. Kelly is obsessed with Ryan, but Ryan doesn't care for the most part. He is genuinely mean to Kelly at work sometimes, which is a form of psychological abuse. Harassment is unwanted physical contact or verbal remarks from a colleague. The last picture here shows Dwight and Jim. Throughout the show, Jim pranks Dwight often, which is funny to watch, but would be considered harassment if it occurred in a real workplace.